You're being all jumpy. Oh, it's 7 o'clock.
Good evening. We do not have a member of the Ministerial Alliance here this evening, so we will stand for a moment of silence. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I call the February 7th, 2022 Board of Aldermen meeting to order. City Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Jeremy Taylor,
Here.
Brandy Carroll,
Here.
Kelly Netto,
Here.
Kim Vickers,
Here.
Brad Alexander,
Present.
Jim Shrout,
Here.
and Mayor Dana Webb.
Here, thank you. We do not have any new business deletions or continuances on the agenda, so the next item would be public comments. Do we have any?
There are none.
We do not have any public comments, so we will move on to the next item, which is approval of the consent agenda. These items are considered on the consent agenda so that members of the Board of Aldermen, by unanimous consent, can designate routine items to be approved in one motion. Tonight, we have approval of the January 22nd, 2022 Board of Aldermen meeting minutes and expenditures through February 2nd, 2022.
I make a motion, we approve the consent agenda.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda. Any discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. The next item on the agenda is unfinished business, and we do not have any of that this evening, so we will move on to new business. Our first item would be a public hearing regarding the sewer connection fee increase for the new sewer connections.
That'd be me. Thank you, Mayor.
Yes.
Resolution 0101 was adopted by the board on March 19th of 2001, and it established water and sewer rates as well as water and sewer connection fees. This hearing is regarding the connection fees. The connection, we reached out to Olson Associates to study our existing water and sewer connection fees, and this study developed a per-unit impact for new connections to our public infrastructure based on a 5/8 by 3/4 inch water service connection. These connection fees are a one-time fee charged to new connections only to our system to offset the costs and impacts of these new connections to our infrastructure. This infrastructure includes the original cost of the wastewater treatment construction and all the updates that have happened since then. And for the water side, the 2 water towers, 2 water boosters, and the main transmission lines. These costs of these previous improvements were escalated to $2022. We compared our connection fees, proposed connection fees, with the local communities and the water districts, and we feel that we are in line and in fact lower on some of these entities. We are planning for a 2-phase increase, the first of which will happen on June 1st of 2022 for both sewer and water, and the second phase, January 1st of 2023. The first phase that happens on June 1st will be half of the recommended increase, and these increases were summarized in 4 tables that were in your board packet. The last time we had a connection fee increase was back in June of 2006. So with that, I will be happy to answer any questions on the connection fees.
Thank you, Tom. Does the board have any questions for staff?
No, we're right now just talking about the new service connections.
Well, right now, you would, if you have questions for staff, you can ask those before I open the public hearing.
Okay.
Yeah. Nothing? All right. Members of the public who wish to offer testimony regarding the connection fees for water rate, water connection, and sewer connection, may step forward at this time. Please state your name and address for the record prior to your comments. I now open the public hearing. Okay. There are no public to comment, so if there are no public comments, I will close the public hearing. Now, does the board have any other comments for staff?
I have
Go ahead,
additional.
Tom.
My first presentation was on the tap fees. Now I want to talk about the water sewer, the rates, if
Yeah.
I could. In 2014, the board approved a contract with Olson Associates to perform a water and sewer rate study. The recommendation was an increase in water and sewer rates over the next 5 years. Years 1 through 4 happened in 2016 and 2009 to 2019. Year 5 was supposed to happen in 2020, but didn't due to COVID-19 and was deferred to a later time. We are recommending, I guess now is the later time, so we are recommending a 3.5% increase in the water rate only and leave sewer as is. The initial year 5 recommendation was for a 4.5% increase, but we looked at the revenues and expenditures and feel a 3.5 would be sufficient. The current monthly charge for up to 2,000 gallons, which is the minimum, is $18.39. This will increase to $19.03 if approved. And then the effective date for this increase, if approved, would be May 28th of 2022. And you can see on the screens, we have a summary of that.
Thank you, Tom. So now the next item would be discussion, consideration, and possible action regarding a resolution amending resolution number 01-01 and amended regarding the schedule of fees and charges for water and sewer service in Oak Grove, Missouri.
Can we just clarify here? So basically what we're trying to do is increase the water fee to 3.5% and then increase new connections for,
That's correct. There's a connection fee like a new builder would have that, what that does is that impacts our infrastructure that we had. So, for the future increase, like maybe eventually if we get enough new connections, we're going to need another water tower. Okay. So that would be for, like I say, a one-time fee that the new homeowner would build on both sewer and water.
okay, so the first one, it says current availability 850, proposed availability 1,687. That first page, I guess. Weird.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so right now, $850 is our current fee. That was set back in 2006. And that, for water, that barely costs, that we provide the meter, the setter, and all the hardware and computer components to the builders.
Okay.
And right now, that's about almost $700. So that doesn't take into account any impact on the system for future enhancements. So that's why it's going from $850 to this phased, those are dollar amounts in that table.
Right. That we're still
Correct. We are still quite a bit lower.
really low compared to these other surrounding communities.
That's correct, including Water District 17, which is like on Chickadee on the west side of,
Yeah.
they're in our city limits, and I know a lot of builders balk when they have to build in that water district versus our water district.
Okay. Okay, I just wanted to make sure I understood. It's like surprising how much lower we are than pretty much everyone around us, even with the increase. Okay, thank you.
So if there's no further questions, I'm looking for a motion.
Motion to approve the resolution.
Second.
So I have a motion and a second so it's an ordinance? No, just
It's a
amend.
resolution.
It's a resolution, okay. Have a motion and a second for the resolution. Any discussion?
Yeah, I do. have
Yeah, go ahead.
Discussion.
Sure,
I don't know why this is confusing me because of how it's wrote.
it's okay.
Are we only right now talking about just the resolution on the tap fees? Are
We're
we
actually talking about all three.
all of it together?
Yeah, we can break it down if you want to,
Yeah, I
correct,
want to
Matt?
break it down. I don't,
Okay.
I think that that's crazy to try to lump these all together because they're different things.
Yeah, so the reason, Alderman Carroll, that they're lumped together in this aspect is Resolution 0101, when it was originally adopted, is the entirety of our schedules and fees. So everything from the water tap to sewer tap to water and sewer rates is housed within Resolution 0101. And so the resolution before the board tonight is to change or to revise Resolution 0101 for those three things, which are all encompassed in that same resolution. So one resolution is our comprehensive schedule of fees and charges. So that's why they're all three together.
So in order to break them out, we'd have to do it like a whole new resolution? Or,
Yeah, the board
Okay,
could
that's-
Yeah.
propose.
So if you want to say that
propose that.
you want to increase the tap fee, you have to increase everybody's bill as well.
No, you could, someone could make a motion to, if your concern is over, say, the water rate,
Yeah.
you can make a motion to do something different, to amend the resolution to make the water rate X, whatever your motion is, and the board can vote on whether to amend the resolution to do that. If that passes, then the board can vote on the the resolution as amended. If it fails, then the original resolution still stands for a vote.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
It does, yes.
You just amend, if there's one of those three things, the water tap fee, sewer tap fee, or the water rate, that someone wants to propose something different, you just do it by amending the resolution that's in front of you to make that change, and then the board can vote on that amendment.
I'm sorry, real quick, I just wanted to clarify also. We're just talking about the tap fees as it relates to the 5/8 by 3/4, which is typically single-family residential, right?
No, it would be all sizes. I just kind of, the 5/8 by 3/4 is the most common, and that kind of sets the bar as far as ratios, but it affects all of the sizes.
Okay.
And all the sizes are determined by the equivalent of what it would use for the 5/8. So if you look at the table, you'll see it's got, Tommy, you're probably correct on the acronym that's in there, but it has the equivalent impact units. So you can see there, for say like a 1 inch, it's going to be, two equivalent units. For 1.5, it'd be 2.5.
And then the fee is just multiplied by that, obviously by that equivalent.
Well, on the water fees, the water, we include the meter, so a smaller meter is less expensive. The bigger meters are more expensive. So there's, on the water connection fee, there's the impact to the system, and then there's the hardware we provide, which is the meter.
Thank you, Tom. So I'm either looking, we paused, Brandy had discussion, just to recap. So, Chris, do we have to finish that and vote on that, since we
We have a motion and a
Yes,
second.
it
we have a
on the
motion
floor,
and a
right?
second, so,
We've got a motion and a second on the floor.
I have to finish that. Because we have to
Yes.
vote that.
You can, let's see, getting into all the Robert's Rule stuff now.
I know, we are tonight.
Yeah, we do have a motion and a second, so yes, I think you do have to vote on that. And that's the resolution that's in front of you.
As is.
As is.
And then if, like you said, passes or fails, we can go from there.
If the party that made the motion and the party that seconded it were willing to amend their motion, they could do that.
Okay. Can you repeat who made the motion and who's second? Okay.
Is anybody willing to amend this to not increase the water rate and just increase
What
the other
piece
two?
of it is it you're not comfortable with?
I just don't want to increase the citizens' water rate at this time. I don't think it's appropriate.
All we do is charge people what it costs us, and we don't make any money on it, but we have to raise it because they raise what they charge us.
I understand. just
I mean,
don't
we
think
can't
it's the
go
right
in, we
time.
can't go in the hole selling people water.
I mean, that's
I
not,
mean, what are we talking about? We're talking about going from $18.39 to or $27 to $28. I mean, we're talking about raising it $1 a month.
So,
Am I looking at that
That's if-
correctly?
Well, that's if they're only getting, what, 2,000 gallons?
Yeah, so the
That's
example
every-
on the screen is based on the usage of, say, 3,000 gallons a month. So our base service charge includes up to 2,000 gallons a month. So that would be the $18.39, then going to $19.03. And then the 1,000 gallons above that would be charged currently at 0.009 cents a gallon, and that would be going to 0.00938 cents per gallon for an increase from 9.06 to 9.38. So in this example, the monthly bill would go up by approximately $1.
Right.
And certainly, we don't take increasing rates, lightly, and we do want to make sure that we continue to look at our surrounding communities and where we are. So if you look at our average rate comparison, again, using that 3,000 gallons as an example, we are more than Independence. We are basically in line with Pleasant Hill and Blue Springs. We're a couple cents cheaper. And then you can see Grand Valley is a few dollars more. Kansas City, even more, and then Odessa is the highest in the area.
And this is just water?
This is
It's
just
not
water.
sewer.
Yeah, sewer, we're not proposing an increase on sewer. Our sewer comparison puts us about in the middle of the map in this graph. And so if you combine our water and sewer rates, we're right in the middle.
Okay.
I understand your concern of, raising rates for citizens, but I will remind the board that we, as Alderman Taylor just said also, we do have a lot of infrastructure that we need to, if we do make some money, we have infrastructure that we need to keep intact or actually add on to or fix at times.
I mean, what we have found in the past, it's a lot more palatable to the community for us to raise it a little bit quite frequently instead of letting it go on for a while until we get way behind the curve and then we have to hit them with a big rate increase. And then that seems to sting a lot more than, $1 a month, every year rather than wait 5 years and then all of a sudden it goes up $5 a month. It's just unfortunate, but, we have to charge enough to cover the expense of what it costs us to buy the water from Independence.
Okay.
All right, so right now, I have a motion and a second on the floor for the resolution amending resolution number 01-01. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion,
No.
okay. Did you catch it? The next item on the agenda is discussion, consideration, and possible action regarding a professional service agreement with Olson Studios for the comprehensive plan update. Mr. Randall?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. So before the board tonight is an agreement between City of Oak Grove and Olson Studios for the completion of a 2022 comprehensive plan. The city received 5 responses from qualified consultants, including PGAV Planners, Landworks Studios, Goldstone Consulting Group, New Work Zimmer, as well as Olson Studios. These firms have specific expertise in current and future land use, planning, planned growth, economic development, demography, emerging trends, community visioning, holding workshops, things like that, and public engagement. After reviewing the proposal, staff recommends utilizing Olson Studios. Olson ranked the overall highest amongst the firms in areas such as the consultant and project team expertise, relevant project experience, their general approach to the city of Oak Grove and our community, as well as their timeline and fee schedule. Overall, Olson was ranked first in the combined areas, as well as ranked top 4 out of 5 of those areas. So with that, I'm happy to answer any questions that the board may have on the update to the comprehensive plan. The schedule for this would be to kick off as quickly as possible with the discovery and project initiation stage, followed by the visioning and community engagement. Then they would dive into plan development, followed by the refinement and ultimately adoption with the goal of, towards the end of the year for this project. Thank you.
Thank you.
We did budget for this, right?
Correct,
Did you have
yes.
a- That's what I thought we did. I make a motion that we move forward with Olson for the comprehensive plan for 2022 with the $50,000 financial impact.
Second it.
I have a motion and a second regarding the professional agreement with Olson Studios for the comprehensive plan update. Any discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. The next item on the agenda is discussion, consideration, and possible action regarding the sale of surplus property.
Thank you, Mayor. The city has a 1997 Dodge Ram van that we would like to auction off. The vehicle is 24, 25 years old and has its issues, including low compression. One of the cylinders. The starter spins often. It's hard to start. The AC compressor's out. It's got a main bearing leak, rear glass door, driver's side broken, repaired with Lexan, and the sliding door is dented and handles missing. So we would like to put this on our govdeals.com site and auction it off.
Good idea.
With that, I'd be able to answer any questions.
Thank you.
You could just save us some time until it's a piece of junk.
Yeah, that was a long list.
Motion approved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second for you to sell the surplus property. Any discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. The next item on the agenda is discussion, consideration, and possible action regarding approval to purchase a new vehicle, necessary equipment for the police department as budgeted. Chief?
Thank you, Mayor and Board. Before you is a request to purchase the 2022 Ford, PI stands for Police Interceptor, which is our SUV or Explorers that we drive. This is budgeted in our capital improvement plan in continuation of one new vehicle each year to replace the aging fleet. So the 2022 model will replace our last 2012 Dodge Charger that's in an operational role. The 2012 Dodge Charger has cost us to date about $17,000 in repairs and maintenance just to keep it as an operational fleet. In comparison to a 2015 Ford Explorer, to date has only cost us around $3,000. So
I
there's a
hope you
big-
meant 1,700, not 17,000.
No, $17,000 over 10 years.
Wow.
To keep that Dodge Charger going. So we would like to also get it out of our fleet, which this 2022 purchase would help. This has been kind of I don't want to say tricky, but right now, even up to February 5th, the Ford Motor Company has put out that they're closing almost half their plants because of the chip shortage. So when we went out to bid for this, we went out to all the Missouri dealers that would take the Missouri State bid, and we received one response from Shawnee Mission Ford, who has provided our previous vehicles as well. So this would be to purchase from Shawnee Mission Ford. I thought it was odd that no one else responded to it, so I checked with other agencies in the metro, and it's the same. There's just not the ability to fill these orders, so we're looking at an 8-month duration just to get this car in.
That's crazy.
So with that, I would answer any questions you have.
Thank you.
I make a motion, we approve the purchase of the new vehicle for the police department as budgeted.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the purchase of the new vehicle and the necessary equipment for it as budgeted. Any discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. The next item on the agenda is information reports. Mr. Randall, do you have anything?
No report, thank you, Mayor.
Chris, do you have anything?
No report.
Mark?
No report, thank you, Mayor.
Chief? No report. Tom?
Last week, as you know, we were in snow operations. I literally had a brand-new maintenance worker start on Monday, and Wednesday he was in a snowplow working 10 hours pushing snow for us. And then we were also working a water main break today. And last meeting, I talked about the water bulk cellar up there on the North Broadway. We are still waiting on parts. It's a special order part, and they're talking probably April before the parts anticipated coming in. So I know last time I didn't know when it was coming in, but that's the update on that.
Have you had a lot of calls for people wanting to use it?
I have
Are they
not had
going
any
somewhere else?
calls, no.
Okay.
I know that in the past, when it's been down, I get calls, but,
Yeah.
you know, we have it all taped up, and it's pretty obvious it's closed, but, yeah, my phone is not rung.
Okay, thank you.
Knock on wood.
Kim? For the water station? Okay, okay. I saw there is a, you taped it off. Is there any way to put a sign on there saying we're waiting for a part just to help with the phone calls
Yeah,
or
we can.
something?
We
Maybe, say part not available right now,
We can.
May or something, okay.
I mean, the thing is, right now, it's kind of obvious it's closed, and people have to kind of stop and
You do,
pull in
yeah.
there to get out to read it, but I mean, we can certainly put something up there.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'll help you. Will it help you? Good, okay.
Yeah,
Scott?
no, like, apparently she's filling the calls to me, so
Yeah.
I'm not getting the calls.
She's
she
not
is.
transferring them to you, so you're lucky. Yeah, okay. Do you have anything else, Kim? All right. Scott? That's right. Thank you for reminding us. Kim?
Nothing to report.
Kelly?
No report, but thank you for the flowers, Brad. They're beautiful.
Jim?
No report.
No report.
No report.
I just want to, again, thank the city crew for the outstanding job they did clearing the snow off. I've had occasion to visit a couple of other cities for doctor's appointments and whatnot, and their streets were nowhere near as in good a shape as our streets were in. And I happened to be up kind of late that night and heard the plows going down the street in the wee hours of the morning. I appreciate everybody getting out, and getting on that. First thing, it really makes it a lot easier for people getting around to go to work. I'm sure everybody doesn't like all the snow getting pushed in the end of their driveway, but it's an unavoidable necessity. The main thing is to get the streets cleared off, so we apologize for that, but there's nothing else we can do. But great job, again, as always. Thank you. That's all I have.
I attended with some of the other staff, the chamber, is it called gala? Was that 2 weeks ago? They did an outstanding job. It was a really good time to see the businesses in the city be recognized for different awards. So well done, chamber. I am looking for a motion for our executive session. Please pay attention to all the numbers.
Make a motion, we adjourn for executive session 610.0211, 2, and 12.
Well done.
Second.
I have a motion to adjourn to executive session 610.021, 1, 2, and 12. City Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Yes.
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 Kim Vickers.
Yes.
Brad Alexander.
Yes.
Jim Shrout.
Yes.
We are adjourned to executive session.